Hello everyone, welcome to another Napoleonic Wars line battle, and it is the 84th Regiment's Sunday line battle. And we bid you welcome to all these fine fellows. It's the English, the United Kingdom and the French, and you can see horses making their way out as well. So let me tell you about the teams. You can see on the United Kingdom side we have the 84th, the 16th. Ah, look at that. Our old friends, the 77Y, the 1st Reddit, the 16th, the VGC in there as well, the GI. So many people. Fantastic stuff. And on the opposing side against them, we have the 1st EB, the 7PH, the 45th N. And now let's see. The 9E in there as well. And Tercio, there's a name I haven't seen for a while. So, plenty of friends and familiar faces. And, of course, the standard team killing. So, here you can see the lines making their way out, all the various regiments. Here we go, the VGC, there's Zodiac, and we're going to get a quick reset due to probably a few team kills there. And a bit of fudging around, so to speak. So, here we see the artillery trains. There's Reri, gunner for the 84th. There's Donald Mackay from the 84th, catching a lift as usual. And here is Robbie Bobby, gunner of the 84th, working together with Hayax. Engineering work coming in. Look at that from 84th Crusader. Isn't he wonderful? And there's Dragon King, the captain, checking out the area. And the cavalry. Look at these dragoons. Don't they look fantastic? Horn work coming in from Von Red of the GI. Or the 1st CRB, I should say. And there's Tengu the Red, the adjutant. And the cannons start roaring away already. So, let's find out. Oh my goodness, look at this massive line of Brits making their way across the desert. Who's been left behind? It's Raz. There he is, 84th Lieutenant Raz. Now, we move up ahead. There is Recruit Santiago of the VGC. And this wonderfully long and massive line, the 84th. And there he is, the man himself, the Smollett. Checking out the area. While on the left-hand flank, the 77Y, under the command of Mr. Turtle. Lieutenant Charlie the Turtle. Doesn't he look handsome? Look at those sideboards. And so they're engaging the enemy, and the 16th moving over here onto the left, under the command... Oh, that was close, under the command of Archibald. And they are supporting the likes of the VGC, and some additional lines here. The 16th, there's regular Wombat. And here, the 1st Reddit, and the leader of the 1st Reddit, there's Savs. And there's Diadem, Van Buren, the Ray, Captain Priest. So these guys checking out the area, while the 16th with Wombat at the rear moving closer. Supported by the cavalry of the 84th, Sergeant Major Locklear, commanding officer, there is Scott. And cannonballs whistling over the top of Centurion, the flag holder's head. So let's see. Let's see what's happening. See if we can focus in on the French. Find out what they're up to. Because they're always up to something. So, here we have some lights. Skirmishers from the 9th. The fine Fusiliers. And there's Sebo Cleaner. And there's Fuzz Jake. Fusilier Jake, of course. Now, you've... Oh my goodness, it's a sailor. Look out. Gunner Akub from the HRE. Don't mess with a sailor, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. High definition nipples, if ever I saw them. And Vlad also in from the HRE. They're moving up and going in for a little bit of damage. So, we'll sniff around and look. Oh my goodness. It looks... Oh, that volley. Oh, the VGC with a glorious volley. And apparently they want to shout out to Rastafari's YouTube channel. Of course, more than happy to. So, here you can see Lord Flashheart of the 45th with the flag. Lieutenant Colonel Nova at the rear. And up the front, you can see Sergeant Maskman controlling and moving the lads forward. The 27th FJB Sergeant Jaroka. There's Recruit Lejandro. And there's J-Vet. And here is Pilota 155. Looks somewhat reluctant. But these guys moving out, looking to engage the enemy. The 1st EB, we move up to find out what's going on with the lines. And here is Major Fury of the 1st EB. Goodness me. That's quite a chin. So, you can see the flag on the horizon. And they're now starting to maybe push back against the Brits. So this is Super Tramp from the 1A CGC. Part of the VGC brigade. And look at that. Massacres from the 1A CGC. Supported over here by the Black Watch. The 59th are in. Look at this. There's Colonel Blee. What a fine name, sir. We approve of the Blee. So. Now. Oh, this is going to kick off soon. Let's see. Are they... No, they're Brits, so... They might be able... They could be in trouble, because look at that. Here's 77Y. Supporting their right flank is the 84th. With Lieutenant Raz. And, of course, Mr. Smollett. And there's a bunch of them up there on the right. Oh, my goodness. It's the artillery section. With, of course, the fine traditions of artillery engineering, Fortress Derp. And there we go. Crusader building the artillery Fort Derp. And you can see, ready for the inevitable attack. And, oh dear. Panther Knight from the 45th. Now moving out. And there's going to be an all-charge situation. The trouble is what happens is that everybody's been playing this game so long that essentially people don't want to attack because they know there's going to be a disadvantage. And so you have to put in rules for things like all-charge because otherwise it just becomes a massive stalemate and the round goes on forever and ever and ever. And it's not particularly fun for the players. You kind of want to be in and away, so to speak. Oh, there's our friend, two-dimensional bird, watching over the battle again. Equivalent of the Goodyear blimp in Napoleonic War era. So here you can see the cavalry circling around, with additional hussars charging in. There's Scott and his boys. Oh, down goes one of the horses. Oh, Pepsi Wonder's lost his horse. Oh, poor Pepsi. He's now going to have to walk. And there we go. It's charge time, boys and girls. As Trooper Winston dies just beforehand. Let's see if we can lock in on their melee. Here we go. Look at these fine fellows. There's Godzillas from the 1st EB attacking. There's Barely Human Corporal. And there's Spreewald Huskal. Fine stuff. Let's see what's going on. As there is a trio. Oh, fine stab as they're trying to attack the fort. And look at that. Oddy Wally Grenadier of the 84th looking for that opportunistic stab onto the enemy. And they're taking down the fort as the French get murdered, and down goes Smollett. Poor Smollett. Maybe he'll survive one round. Well, wouldn't break the bank on that one, that's for damn sure. And here you can see additional, oh dear, additional forces fighting back. In come the 7PH, armed to the teeth, looking very pointy. And here is Dragon King, probably going to get slain soon for not dismounting. But never mind. He's going to get murdered soon. We'll just have to wait and see. And there we go, a nice team kill into Ziggs. As the French continue to fight back, the numbers for 57 versus 44. So there's still all to play for. Look at this melee going on the side of this hill, overlooking the cannons. Masses of melee going on. Watch out, there's a Scotsman on a rock. Screwblord from the 65th FLB. Moving in, there's Dragon King with those massively long cavalry sabres. Look at that. Oh, horse assassination occurring as well, just to make sure they can't escape. And now, Xavier from the 2ABH, or the 2nd BH. Oh dear, down he goes. How many remain? 3 of the French Empire, and murdered. Murdered horribly. And so we move to round 2. And we look. Let's go and have a look at the French spawn, see if we can find out what's going on. Aha! Lots of French people here. There we go. There's Masked Man holding the flag is Lord Flashheart. There's Jack Rabbit nearby. There is Recruit Grobsner from Tercio, who appears to have lost his friends. He's lost his mates. Oh dear. Oh, they've gone without him. Oh no. Never mind. And there's Aztir in chat as well. Here are the Tercio. Fine fellows. There's Sergio Kong. There's Vengador 32. There's Brujo. Coyote. There's Veteran Lone. Cabo Kavoth. Revincazo, and leading the line, Sergeant Shakal. And some fine horn work continuing. Veteran Trooper Godzillas. And the boys ready. Look at all these. Look at all this lot lining up. The 7PH. Look at them. Don't they look fantastic? Milo. There's Bartek. There's Nova. Look at this. Plashuk. Zorius. And this is the 45th and the 7PH working together. Glorious to see. And some lights moving out from the 9th. So, the French getting himself ready to be shot at by the enemy. And here, the 27 FJB. And look at that, the most advanced pistol shot ever in the history of the universe. Bit of pinwheeling going on from the cavalry while they wait for the inevitable off. And here moving out is the 1st EB. And of course the 45th. Here the Tercio waiting, Elite Hussar and Coyote. And here, the 7PH. Don't they look fantastic? There's Recruit Maris. There's Saggy. Zibix. Longo O2PL. And an about face coming in. A lovely about face coming in. And there is Pan Medelko leading the 7PH. Look at that. Serious beardage and face on that man. Oh, a few AFKers. The G-Meister and J-Vet appear to be asleep. So, let's see. Oh my goodness, there's a fight with a sailor going on here, boys and girls. It's Akab from the HRE SS. So, I wonder if we can get a quick look in to see. As down goes Scrooblord, shoots himself in the testicles. Ah, look at this. There's going to be an encounter very soon with some of the standard Foot Legion. And a bit of bagpipery and the Marines as well from the 1st Reddit. Look at that, Spamdini of the 1st Reddit. Oh, fantastic. And they're losing a few. And the Ray seems to have woken up just at the right moment. Oh dear, and Spamdini goes back to get a gun. No, we've lost Aztir, shot in the head. Kind of the norm really for Aztir. He's a professional at it. So, the 16th taking some casualties. Now pulling back. There is Major Bob Rabbit. Old friend there for many, many Napoleonic Wars casts. And there is Asp Bombardier Spooky. Yeah, less said about that the better, really. And regular Wombat, they're dodging the bullets to try and get away from them as much as possible. Is this the remaining corpse? Yeah. Well, no, it's not. I thought it might have been the corpse of Aztir. There's been so many left around the battlefield over the course of time. And there, of course, Mr. Turtle. The most tactical of all the turtles. And Ensign William Jones from the 84th moving forward. With, of course, Colonel Smollett leading the boys. Armed with his spyglass to check out the area. Just to make sure. Get a little bit of an idea where the enemy's going to be. And it looks like they're going to run into a section of the HRE and a sailor. Brace yourself, kids. And it looks like in go the 84th, and they've forced the HRE to flee. It looks like they were going in for a little bit of melee combat. And there's Raz. Look at that. Doesn't he look wonderful? So now the 84th are chasing down the enemy. The enemy. Oh, down goes the random IT guy. The 45th are going to fire back into the 84th here. And you can see now the 84th come under attack from the cavalry. The likes of the 2nd BH. That's going to be a problem for them. We've also got these fellows as well nearby. Taking some damage, and the 84th is under serious attack from the cavalry. Look at this. Dodging, trying to stay out of the way. I was about to say, is Smollett dead? Well, Raz definitely has taken command. Could this be an alive Smollett? Good heavens! Oh my goodness, and it's an alive Smollett. I'm now waiting for the inevitable paradox that will consume the entire universe by this unheard of moment in the Napoleonic Wars. All kidding aside, the wonderful, wonderful Mr. Smollett. We love him. Even if the cannibals love him more. Anyway, here you can see the 9th coming up with a little bit of fire. Now they're going in for a charge. And you can see the members of the 77Y break into attack. And now the members of the 84th pulling back. As the 77Y very proficient in the combat. And now you can see here from the 9E Conqueror going in for a little bit of stab and murdering and gets murdered himself. So the Brits have the advantage, and there's the all charge, 43 versus 55. So the French have a small disadvantage when it comes to the numbers. So, let's see. Dinklewink, good God, what a wonderful name. Hang on a second, good God, look at that face. That's a face you can definitely hang a hat on, especially that nose. Ensign William Jones, Thomasa, Atrio, George Brown, Recruit Shadow, and here, Alex J. Ward, recruit of the 84th. And it's always great to see regiments with new recruits, even at this sort of late time in Napoleonic War's life. It's always a pleasure to see. It's always fantastic that they can still bring in new people on a regular basis, which can only be a good thing. Whether or not they're going to be a Napoleonic Wars mod for Mountain Blade Bannerlord, we only have to wonder. Maybe that crown will be taken by Holdfast. We'll have to see. So, here is Soren from the 1st CRB. And those fine sabres of the Dragoons with the long reach. As Dante 06 gets taken down even. Who's this fine fellow? It's a member. It's Jumbo Wackles, Lieutenant of the 1st EB. Working together with Revan Carzo. Oh, down goes Pepsi Wonder. Murdered brutally by the French forces, with Tercio included. There we go. Look at that. Sergeant Chakal. Oh no, we've lost him. Oh, poor Chakal. And now you've got the 84th going up against Tercio. And the numbers are falling on the French side. Who's this? It's Grotnesser, the final man. And there you have it, the end of that round. So we're back with the next round, as the guys get themselves ready. Cannons being brought into position. Engineering work by Crusader. Look at that. A bit of earthworks to stop those cannonballs being dropped. A fine buxom engineer. Lovely stuff indeed. Bit of practice in the line while they get ready. And there is Reri taking the enemy out of the way. Or sorry, taking the horse out of the way. Now, let's see. Grenadier Bothros of the 16th. Seems to have been left behind by his teammates. Tad unfortunate. Now, let's see. Supertramp of the 1st CGC. And there's Masquez, also of the 1st CBC, or CGC, sorry. And look out, it's sailors from the 1st Reddit. Ahoy, sailors. And spam Dini in. Look at that, attacking manoeuvre. You don't mess with the bagpipes, boys and girls. Especially the Marines. Fine, fine work coming in here from the Reddit. The 1st Reddit Regiment. There's the Ray. There's the Ray again. Emma Van Buren. And Van Buren again. Who's this one? Oh, God. Van Buren, get out of the way. Ah, it cleared them. And there's Savs commanding the line. Captain Priest. So some fine bagpipery being done. And now the members of the Reddit move out. Except for Aphrodam. Ah, there we go. He's just woken up. So it might be a little bit slower than the rest of them. Dragon King waiting. Somebody says something nice about me in chat. It's only fair that I respond. Now, I tend not to speak that often in the chat. I don't want to distract the guys while they're playing a game. They want to enjoy themselves. They want to have fun. And invariably, they won't be able to see my text anyway. So, the 77Y, there's Sergeant Andre. There's Chuck the Turtle. And Ranston. And now you can see Avior. Spooky. Their old friend. With a nose to launch 1,000 ships. There's Temerai. Ziggs. There's Valley 61. There's Rostafari. The Baker. Sinkmaster 667. The quick one. Oh my goodness. And there he is, the Ginger Ninja himself. And you can see there's a lot of fire going on. And look, he's not... And normal service has been resumed. Oh dear. Poor Aztir. Bless him. Shot in the face with a cannon. And so now you can see the melee getting engaged. The French, some of the artillerymen making their way away. The Hussars also sniffing around. And now you can see the members of the 16th Wombat and Friends forcing the French to flee. And here, of course, the first Reddit. Oh, down! Down goes Van Buren, shot in the face by the 9E. So now they're going to follow up. Push the French even harder. The cavalry moving in to support the lines. And this is going to be it. The 45th coming under pressure, but also the cavalry in there as well. So it's cavalry on cavalry action. Oh, look at that. Alpha Gladiator. Oh, fine murdering coming in there from Lucky TG Mikey from the 1st EB. Trying to kill as many as they can. Fantastic stuff coming in from him. Fine defending. Look at that. Oh, goodness me. Fighting off two at the same time. Taking a little bit of damage, and sadly for Mikey was finished off. But that was a fine moment. A fine moment from him. Now the 7PH, the reinforcements from the French come in. There's Zabix carrying the flag. Dodging left and right from Scorpion. Going round and round in circles. Look at this. Oh, here is Uma, or Yuma, from the 7PH. Oh, down goes one of the horsemen right in front of him. But now he's looking for additional forces to kill. And you can see here the 7PH Milo, 55 PL, is David, mercenary for the 1st EB. And now they're forcing... Who are they forcing? It's the 16th. They're forcing the French to pull back. Recruit Santiago from the 1st CGC. Oh dear. Poor old Saab just got murdered by a member of the CGC. Who's this fellow? It's Kasabian from the 16th, reloading his pistol as fast as he can. There's no time. No, he's not to move over to the sword. And a fine block and a slice going in to attack the enemy. Oh, a fine slice. Oh, he's just been jumped. Oh, Kasabian oh dear, just got absolutely murdered. So hello, Lance Corporal of the 65th FLB. Working together and holding the flag with Jeff Jefferson of the 1st Reddit. Some serious flag waving going on. Oh dear, I just love the ridiculousness of Napoleonic War players. Just so good. And here, some flag work being done. And now the Reddit man is coming under attack from the French. Oh, down he goes. Sir Hello, the last holder. And Jeff Jefferson dropped at the end. So we're on to the next round. Some fine fighting occurring here amongst the French forces. Oh dear. Oh dear, a little bit of it. Here we go, it's Spamdini. Okay, so for some reason the bush. And there we go, a quick reset for party. And there, of course, the inevitable team killing that always happens with Napoleonic Wars. Bunch of nutters, a lot of them. So, there he is. Looks like his hat isn't even on straight. Look at that. And there, Spamdini in with a fine fife work. So, let's see who's this. There's Charlie and the 77Y. There's the Baker at the start of the line. And the Colonel. Trying to hide behind a bit of a wall of meat to intercept any cannonballs that might be aimed for him, but we'll have to wait and see. Just checking to make sure he hadn't lost Spooky. And look at that. Looks like we've got some run-ins with cavalry already. See if we can find somebody. The 1st EB. Corporal of Horse counter. Here's Milo 55. Engineering work from Crusader. Robbie Bobby checking on the spyglass. Look at that. That chin. Oh my goodness. What a face. So, Donald Mackay, engineer of choice. Look at that. Now, here, recruit Tercio. Oh, sorry, recruit Coyote from Tercio. And there is Captain Ville of Tercio. And, oh my goodness. It's all kicking off over there. Oh, flippin' heck it is as well. Look at this. Oh, down goes Lord Flashheart of the 45th. Murdered horribly. More members of the 45th. Blimey, look at that. As Mercenary Walford of the 1st. Still charging in and shot through the breastplate. And down he goes. So, the 45th descending. Or sorry, defending. Oh, Crips. Oh, crikey. Bambo murdered. And they've just lost Panther Knight as well from the 45th. Oh my goodness, Extreme Gaming YT. Or Extreme Mini... Whoa! Holy shit. Okay, that didn't go well for the 7PH. Where are they? Oh, heavens. No, that's the 84th, but They're suffering some casualties. So the 7PH. And here is 84th RAS. So the 7PH suffering significant casualties courtesy of a cannonball. And now you can see additional forces getting involved. Alpha Gladiator recruit of the 27th FJB. Can we find where the rest of the 7PH are? If there's any left. Here's Aphrodam. And more cannonballs coming in from George Pleb. Lovely stuff indeed. Here, Ass Bombardier Spooky. And down goes Colonel, or Lieutenant Colonel Nova. So, let's see. Here, the HRE. In as we... Here is the 7PH. The brave Scotsman fighting to the last man. Oops-a-daisy, down goes Red Revenge of the 7PH. Shot to death by Spooky as they go in for a bit of murderization. Let's watch our favourite Ginger Ninja. Oh, he's trying to defend himself from multiple attacks. Oh, look at this. He's fighting for his life. And is he going to get diddled with a 17-incher? Yes, he is. Poor Aztir killed by Nanit Cole from the 9th. Now, it looks like the Reddit Regiment have taken some casualties as well. And here you can see that random IT guy from the 84th moving up. Oh my goodness, he's still alive. Who would have thunk it? You can see them now shooting. Lance Corporal Fuckboy. Okay, alright. Maz is on. And there is Sergeant Archibald and Kasabian, Lance Corporal. Now, here you can see the Brits turning around, reforming. Bob Rabbit gets taken down, and the Tercio boys are engaging the enemy. It's Kavoth. Look at this. A bit of officer aim slaying going on. Down goes Recruit Duke from the 45th. Oh, this could be unfortunate for Von Red from the 1st CRB. He's going to have to cheese it quickly. So here we go. What remains of this line of the 84th and the 16th Chubb there. And there's the all charge, boys and girls. Now they form up with the members of the 65th and other support teams from the 16th, the VGC, the 77Y, there's Waddy, and Grenadier Corton from the 16th. And here is Marksman, sorry, who's holding the flag. It's Milo 55 running away with the flag. Look at this. Shakar goes down. Vilhay, also from Tercio, is murdered. Here is Martecito from the 1st A, or the 1st CGC. They'll be fighting for his life. One of the few Brits remaining. Let's have a look. 13 Brits, 22 French. Down goes one Frenchman. And look at that. Fine kill from Jiroka from the 27. Down he goes. An Ensign Pervert Uncle. Love that name. Great stuff. Who's this man running backwards? Alpha Gladiator. Recruit. And now Corpse. We move on to the next round. So this is going to be a quick round with a mass charge. Which basically means it's going to be messy as hell. Look at this. Couple of horse counter. Oh! What the hell just happened there? Oh dear me. A little bit of a reset there for what probably was an exploding box. File that under whoops. And Temurai's already shot himself in the bollocks. Never mind. So, the cavalry moving out. Look at this massive, huge list of men moving out in a great big huge blob. And we're off to see the French blob. Oh! Oh, rockets. And there's another reset. Well, let's see how that works out. And here's hacks. And there, of course, the inevitable team killing. Oh, dear. Oh, well, never mind, eh? A damn fine plan shot down in flames by a bunch of numpties. Never mind. Anyway, that has been the 84th Line Battle for this Sunday. My thanks, of course, go out to the 84th Regiment, their officers and men, for hosting the line battle and, of course, adminning it. And, of course, to every single regiment that has attended and every single player. You guys continue to make Napoleonic Wars great. And I hope you've enjoyed this cast. And we'll see you again for more. Take care, everyone. Cheers, guys.